Hi Insurance, this is Tony Cañas, and today I want to talk to you about the incredible case of the disappearing Gen Xers. Something weird has been happening to a lot of my favorite Gen Xers in the insurance industry. I'm seeing it both with friends from CPCU and other organizations, and with Jacobson prospects that I've been calling on for the last 3 years. They've put in their 15 or 20 years of experience, and they've grown beyond the front level, manager level, into directors and sometimes even AVP roles. They put in the hard work, and they appeared poised for very profitable executive roles for the rest of their career. And yet, they decided to make a big change. For example, the most interesting man in insurance, Rob Galbraith, Amy Weininger, Brian Falchuk, Abby Potter-Clow, Nick Tamparelli, all of them put in 15 plus years into a carrier side career and then decided to make a radical change. In the case of Rob, he wrote a fantastic bestseller book and changed companies. He's still in the carrier space. He just changed radically from underwriting to innovation. Although he's the only one that stayed within the traditional carrier space. Amy made the AVP level, left to create Lead at Any Level, a fantastic consulting, speaking, teaching, writing, publishing company around diversity and inclusion, especially in the insurance industry. Brian is a particularly interesting case. Brian Falchuk made the C-level. He was the chief of claims, and he quit that role to become an independent consultant and help other carriers. Abby Potter-Clow left a very promising career to again become an independent consultant and leadership advisor. And then Nick Tamparelli, after 20 years in the catastrophe modeling space, left to create his own insurtech as chief underwriting officer at Rethought Insurance. Maybe it's adverse selection. The people that I become friends with, maybe I am more likely to become friends with the troublemakers. But it does seem that this didn't used to happen in the carrier side. It's always happened in the agency side because agents can just open their own agency, right? It doesn't take a ton of capital to open your own agency. But on the carrier side, opening a carrier used to require such massive infrastructure and investment that it was unimaginable for a mid-career professional to go in that direction. I think the big change now with modern technology, opening a tech-enabled MGA, which can always become a carrier later if after proving the proof of concept if you decide to go in that direction, or properly marketing a one-person consulting practice is a lot more feasible than it used to be. And I'm also a big believer that a big part of this is the generational piece. We're used to baby boomers who were work first, work second, work third, and who were company men. Now what we're seeing is Gen Xers who are naturally skeptical, and they've seen the career ladder disappear before their eyes. They've seen 30-year veterans who showed incredible loyalty to a single company get downsized or pushed to early retirement before they were ready because of company transformations or acquisitions. More than anything, I think it's something that our senior leaders have to be aware of and integrate into their succession planning strategies. I recommend starting honest conversations with your most promising young executives and addressing the elephant in the room. What is it that you really want to do with all the experience you've gained here? Are you getting tempted about joining an exciting insurtech and getting equity? What makes it attractive? What scares you? Most importantly, what could we internally do to transform the VP and C-suite internally at our company to keep you here, to help you stay here, and to get you excited about staying here? How could we transform the company in a way that you'd be excited to help us lead that transformation? And really, in this topic, I have very few answers. It's just something that I've been noticing for the last couple of years. Every time it happened, I kind of went like, that's an interesting move for that person. They were just about to really hit the VP levels or the C levels. That's a very interesting move. And all of a sudden, it's clear that it's become a trend. And I don't think it's a trend that happened before. So I have very few answers on this topic. More than anything, I wanted to start the conversation. But I do believe that it is crucial. It is a crucial conversation. That the Gen Xers are already a smaller generation. Many carriers have thin ranks of Gen Xers in the early executive roles to choose from. Many carriers have a lot of boomers in the late years of their career in the executive ranks, and then not a lot of Xers because there's not that many Xers. And the lower executive ranks got thinned out in the 2009 recession, and many Xers left the industry. You really don't have a lot of them to lose, basically. And you really don't want to lose your most promising future C-level executives who you have spent 15, 20 years grooming. I highly recommend you start having those conversations with your most promising Gen Xers. Make sure that their plan is to grow here. Even if that means that significant changes have to happen in the next 5 or 10 years before you retire, make sure that you start working on those changes, because after all, they will be the ones running the company after you retire. Or that's what you've been hoping. Who's going to run the company after you retire if your most promising young executives have left for more exciting things in the insurtech world or other such endeavors? Something to think about. If you do find yourself unexpectedly shorthanded at the VP or C level, Jacobs is more than happy to help. We are the number one executive recruiting firm in the insurance industry. We also have the ability to provide a temporary executive to keep things running for the multi-month process of finding you the right person, whether you're handling that search with our executive search team or whether you're handling that internally. Thank you. I really hope that this was useful.